That's your lock.
Mm-hmm. The lock stitch, so it doesn't come back out. Yeah, that works way more better.
A work of art. Look at that.
Boom. And then when I'm talking about a French seam, is once you get these two together, is you'll split this apart and then overlap them like this. What you do is you get the material so it's folded down like that.
Yep.
And you bring it through.
That's a French seam?
This is what it's called, a French seam. A top seam would be if I just took all the material over and folded it over on one side. That would be a top seam. Because right now, I mean, a seam is good and it's strong, but it's not as strong if you double it over, and then you have all of this pulling against it.
That's what you're talking about doing in the back, a French seam.
Right, a French seam, yeah.
Now the French seam you're about to do, you're doing it both ways, okay?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be on this side and on this side.
Cool.
Now usually
like
you can,
baseball stick.
yeah. Now usually you can get a machine that has 2 stitches, but that's another like $500-600.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
how
it just
so you go one, then
you just come one and then you come back, and the only thing about it is you just got to make sure that the spacing is going to be right. You know, because you don't want to have one real close to this side and the other one all the way over here.
Right.
So that's just.
That's the nature of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
And that could handle 2 needles?
I don't know if this one could or not. I'm pretty sure they might be able to. And that's why the servo motor, like when I'm doing this right here, and I can do 1 stitch at a time, that's where that extra money came from. The other motor, I wouldn't be able to do that. It'd be really, really hard. It'd be like, and I'd have to like constantly like push backwards on this. Like once I lit up on this, the motor stops.
I agree with you. So that stitching, you have to be really, really precise, because if you're doing about a 1 mil,
exactly
1 mil on one side,
you got to do the exact same on the other side. Like I said, and everything is not like, you know, definitely look better. Yeah, and then I do the other side. And then a lot of times what a lot of people won't do is whenever I do the French seam is I'll have a thinner piece of material that goes across the back of this to help hold it, you know.
It's definitely not going to tear now.
No.
So how? Okay, so you don't have to do a start, or is that your start and finish right there?
Yeah, this is the start and finish over here. You really don't have to, but it's easier too, because whatever I'm sewing across this is usually, whenever you do a back stitch, you give yourself a seam allowance, because that will get covered up with whatever piece I put over top of that. So whenever you do your back stitch, you want to do them small. You want to at least do like 2 or 3 stitches and then go backwards.
So how do you know? Is that the width that right here? Are you going by this?
Mm-hmm. And you can do a couple of test patterns too. You know what I mean, to see if it's the right length or the right distance.
Gosh, I appreciate you showing me that.
Yeah, and that's a French seam.
So that's what we're going to do on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I think black's not going to look bad at all.
It's not. It's going to look really good against that.
Yep. It's going to tie it all up.
Mm-hmm.